Hello and welcome back to another training video here on the Sparring DK channel. Today we are going to have a look at centre midfielders. Now we're going to use Paul Pogba for this experiment, just to go through the key statistics on what creates the overall increase for a centre midfielder, and then we'll run through the training scenario. So at the start of career mode, Pogba is an 87. I'm going to back out of this one, go into a creator player of Pogba, just so we can see his key stats. Then we'll jump into a career mode, simulate for a full season of training, and see what rating we can get Paul Pogba up to. Let's go. Right, so I've loaded up a squad here where I have edited Paul Pogba, and he is now a 99 overall. Let's go in and take a look at the key statistics for a centre midfielder. Right, starting off with attack, and finishing is worth 2 overall. So not a big stat for a centre midfielder, but it can help his overall by 2 points. So for every 50 points in his overall, he's only going to go up 1. So not a key stat, but if you're trying to just push him over to that next level, maybe have a centre midfielder that can run forward and bang in a few goals, finishing something that you definitely could be training. Short passing, now this is the key stat for a centre midfielder. If you're not going to train anything else, you want to be training short passing for your centre midfielder. This is worth 17 overall points. So for every 5.8 points you get in his stat numbers, he will go up in 1 overall. So short passing, definitely a key stat for a centre midfielder. Looking at defending, and stand tackle is in his statistics. This is worth +5. So for every 20 points in stand tackle, he will go up in 1 overall. If we look at skills now, dribbling, long passing, and ball control all involved here. Dribbling is worth +7. So for every 14.2 points, he will go up in 1 overall. Long passing is worth 13, so definitely a passing midfielder you're looking for here in stats. So worth 13, so for every 7.7 points in overall, he will go up in 1. And ball control is worth 14, so another key stat for a centre midfielder. For every 7.2, he will go up in 1 overall. Moving on to power now, we have stamina. This is worth +6, so for every 16.7 points in the stamina, he will go up in 1 overall. And long shots is worth +4, probably not one of the biggest stats, but yeah, if you want one of those centre midfielders that pushes forward and tries to bang in a few goals, +4, so for every 25 points he will go up in 1 overall. Moving on to movement. Now speed and that doesn't matter for a centre midfielder, but reactions, well, you're pretty much going to say reactions across the board on all players will be a key attribute, and it is one of those ones that you cannot train. This is worth +8, so for every 12.5 points in his overall, he will go up +1. So you're probably looking, if you're looking for a real player, you're looking for someone that has at least 88 to 89 reactions if you want to get to a 99 rated player. It's going to be tough with a youth academy prospect to get them up there, but the base stat for a centre midfielder is 4, so there's a total of 104 points available. So you've got 4 points there to play with, so a lot of these players could get up to 99 even if their reactions are a little bit lower. Moving on to mentality, interceptions is a key stat here. It's worth +5, so for every 20 points he will go up +1. Attack position is +6, so for every 16.7 points he will go up +1. And vision is another big one for a centre midfielder. This is worth 13 stat points, so for every 7.7 he will go up +1. So the key stats here you're looking at are short passing, long passing, ball control, and vision are the main 4. Let's go and jump into that career mode now and have a look at the training scenarios. Alright, so we are here at the end of the first season. It is the 17th of June, just before the lads go out on the World Cup. Manchester United didn't actually have the best season. I'm not worried about the teams. I'm just basically going week to week and training these players. So let's have a look here. We'll load up what we've been training on. Now, the first one I want you to use for any central midfielder, if you're only going to use 1 slot to start with at least, is through the gates. Now, this will cover short pass and vision, and it is worth 30 of his overall. So if you look at the 100 for an overall player, 30 of those points are all going to come from this training scenario with vision and short pass. So that is the key one if you're only training in 1 slot. The next one we're going to use is dribble possession. Now, this covers dribbling, ball control, and stamina. So this is worth 27 points. So those two would be the key 2 if you're training in 2 slots for a central midfielder. The next one I've gone with is advanced crossing. This is just for really his long pass, but if he does duck out wide and maybe to take corners, you've got that crossing stat there, but that's worth 13 points, obviously, just for the long passing. The next one is defending endurance. Now, what I found here with Paul Pogba is that his defensive skills were actually quite low, so this one actually helped him rocket up in his rating a lot quicker than some of the other ones where he already had the high 90s. So if you do have a high central midfielder and his defending isn't that well, that decent, maybe you could use the defending endurance just to give him a little bit of a bump up pretty quickly. So interceptions and stand tackle, of course, from this one, it's worth plus 10 of his overall this training regime. The final one I used was attacking scenarios for attack, position, and finishing. So that one there will cover 8 overall. And the one stat that we haven't used here is long shots. So you obviously need 6 slots. So if for some reason, if through the gates gets up and you're 99, well then I'd probably go over to advanced free kicks, help him take some free kicks, work on those long shots, and that's worth a plus 4. So let's just simulate this last drill so you can see what's going on, see if we get any increases. No bumps up, but he started off as an 87. His potential is only 92, and we've got him to a 93. So let's go in and have a look at those key stats and see if the untrainables have lifted themselves up. Jump into the squad hub, head down to Pogba. There he is. All right, so he's gone up plus 6 in one season. That's not a bad return from a training scenario. He's gone up in sprint speed by 1. So that's a non-trainable, so that's, a little bit handy. His agility has gone up plus 4, jumping up plus 1, that's a non-trainable. Stamina at 95. His reactions did go up 2 to 86. Aggression up by 1 as well to 76. Interceptions up by 10. So you can see there the defensive training's really helped him out. Attack position up by 6. What else have we got? Ball control, crossing up by 4, dribbling 6, finishing up by 9. Long passing 8, short passing. So everything's gone up there, obviously, that we're training. His volleys have gone up plus 2 as well. I'm not sure if he's strengthened that increase, but you can see there, that's your training scenarios for Paul Pogba. Hopefully this little video has helped you out with your centre midfielders. And if you want me to do a different position that we haven't covered yet, please do leave me a comment down below. Share this one with your friends because, they may not know about the best way to train a central midfielder. But thanks very much for tuning into this video. We will see you in another one. I'm Sparring DK. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and you have a good one.